And recording. So welcome to tonight's webinar. My name is Mike Wood. I'm going to be your presenter for the evening. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit about surplus goods, and I'll actually show you. That's why I'm doing the video here, so hopefully this will work out okay, so that you can see some of the products that I recently picked up from surplus lot. Now, this lot of surplus was 6 or 7 boxes, the size of what you'll see here tonight. Okay, and each box had stuff in it, and it was enough that I was able to put the majority of it, or there was enough scattered stuff that I was able to put the majority of it into one box. So that's what we're looking at here. Is it's going to be just one box of surplus. Okay, but it just keep in mind that it came from many different boxes. This is probably at least 4 or 5 boxes combined. Okay. All right. So here we're seeing some of the boxes. That printer did come from surplus. Unfortunately, I wasn't there to inspect it. And when that happens, well, sometimes you don't make out real good. So that'll probably go in the trash. But this is the box that I'm talking about here, this primary box right there. And so we can see some of the items right on top here. We've got some gloves. We've got this isolator fitness stuff. We have 2 of those, actually. And so those will be some of the first things that we will go and look up. The gloves, I've actually sold individual gloves, single, one hand, left hand, or right hand gloves. So that's one that we'll look at doing. Here's a rubber boot cover that I have in this lot. Here's a rubber sleeve with a glove. This is a little bike holder container that bikers use. We'll probably look that one up soon here. Little golf club cover, magnetic. So we'll look at that one. I've sold several of these quick release items for bikes. I don't even know what the thing is actually called, but that's one that I'll definitely list. And I've got a few of those here. I've got 3 or 4 of those. So we'll list those. We've got some other bike parts here. Each of these bike parts, I generally sell each of those items for between $5 to $8 a piece. We've got some wheels for scooters. We've got 3 of those in their packaging. So we'll look at those items. There's another golf club cover, magnetic once again. Some DeWalt safety glasses. And so these are some of the things that we have just in the surface of this box. Now here's an item, I don't even know what that is. So if any of you know, if you can tell what that is, hey, pipe in, let me know. Because I haven't a clue what that there is, and it doesn't have any writing or anything on it. Somewhere along the line I'll figure it out though. I'm sure I'll find out what that is. So I'll keep it for a little while. Move that, we've got a pedal, pretty heavy duty pedal. I've sold several of those, single pedals. We have another, nope, that's not a golf cover. That looks like a foot brace, Adidas foot brace, Climaproof. So we'll look that one up. We've got a Callaway golf head here, golf club head. It has it looks like a broken part of the stick in it, but who knows? Somebody might be able to get that out and want it. There was one that I knew was worth money, right? Harley Davidson insignia sticker. Still got the cover on the back. So that's going to be nice. So we'll look that one up. So let's dig down a little deeper. We got these safety glasses. I see those kinds of things a lot. We've got a little net here. It looks like a table tennis net. We'll look that one up tonight. A yoga bag for a yoga mat. Here we have, it's got holes in it, but a chainmail glove. I've had one of those before and sold it. And so I know that'll sell even in the condition that it's in because people can fix that. So that's kind of fun. This little thing is kind of interesting. Smith Creek, New Zealand. Now, I don't know what that is, but I'm sure I can look that up. It has something to do with fishing, apparently. And those kinds of specialty things like that with a logo on them are often valuable. So that's something we'll look up. I've sold these before for clamps for weights. This is a weight for diving, I believe, 5-pound weight. So that's one that we'll look up. We've got some old gloves there. We'll save those for later. All right, and then here's something special with a little part number on it. So we'll look up that part number. We've got some tent stakes, extendable there. Little bungee cord things. Unfortunately, there's no writing on that, so it's going to take me a minute to search that one. Here's something else that has a brand on it. We'll look that one up here. We've got some webbing of some sort there. This is one that will sell. Salmon's Preston, 1-pound weight for ankles or even a wrist weight. And some more webbing material and buckles. There's some ice skating blades. Will be some that we can look up. I don't know how much of this we'll have time to show you tonight. A bunch of pedals. Again, those do sell. And so that's something that I enjoy seeing. All right, and then see what else that looks like. The lid to my golf, or my tennis balls rather. Harness of some sort. A lead. Groom loop. I'll bet I could sell that. Probably not for a huge amount. There's some more of those rubber boot covers. Throw that in the back. Some insulated gloves. And some rubber gloves there. You have the pair. Getting a little feedback. Sorry about that. There's a little flashlight. It looks like it needs some batteries. Some kind of a little battery or something like that here. All right, and then here's another one that I like to see. It's got some kind of a logo or description on it there, Vision Grills. So that'll help me figure out what that is. And then a one seal thing that we can look at. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to start with some of these items, and we're going to just we're going to come back to the desk here and see my messy desk, and we're going to go ahead and end this, and we're going to get on eBay. And I'll show you through eBay some of these items, and we'll take a look at kind of what we can see and what we can expect from them. Okay, so I wanted to do that little shared video there to kind of show you a little bit what I'm looking at, some of the things that I find. Now let's talk a little bit about money and cost for these things. This stuff, all of this was probably about $20, maybe $23 of surplus. Okay, I spent about $39. Well, I did spend $39 this for all of these lots that I got. Some of them are still out in the car. And so what we're looking at here is approximately $20 to $24 worth of stuff as far as cost. So if one of these items is worth that much, everything else is just bonus and profit, right? And I often find that with what I do. So first thing I want to look at is this Harley Davidson decal. That's pretty cool. It's in fantastic shape. It's brand new, basically. Just doesn't have any packaging or anything. I'm looking at that piece right now in my hands and kind of polishing it up a bit for the pictures. See if I can get some decent pictures of this, really showing how shiny and bright it is. I've got one or two little scuffs on it perhaps, but for the most part, this thing is in great shape. Now, when I list it, I'm going to indicate that it's new other, and I'm going to talk about the fact that it does have a couple of little blemishes so that they know. Okay. Now, on the back of this, I do have a number that is probably a part number, so we're going to look that up first. And this is how I do my surplus research and listings on eBay. All right, so that number doesn't come up. So what I've got to do next is do a search. I'm thinking this is a motorcycle emblem, or that goes on a motorcycle, possibly gas tank. We can. So we're going to look it up. Harley Davidson. I'm going to say gas tank emblem just because it's got the curve to it, and so we're going to put that in there. There we are, right there. Okay, so that is my item. Harley Davidson genuine OEM gas tank emblems, badges, pair, set, deluxe, left and right. All right, so mine's only one side. They're asking $79 for theirs for the pair. So I think it's likely with this one item that I've got enough to pay for my whole lot, for everything I got at surplus. I'll go over here to the side and I'm going to put US only. So I'm looking only at US items. There's 147 active US only items related. If I do completed listings and look at the completed items, I've got 504 completed items similar to this. Now I'm going to scroll down and see if I can find some that are quite similar to what I have, just so I can see if there are any that have sold. I see a lot of sets that have sold at some pretty good prices, and I do see a lot of green, which is nice. So this one, the set of the ones that I have has been listed and ended before without selling at that $79.99 price. I'm going to put mine up good till canceled. That's nice to see where it belongs. It goes on the side of the gas tank. This is a Harley Davidson gas tank with emblems that they tried to sell there. It didn't sell. And so I'm trying to get an idea of pricing as well. I sold some of those recently. I believe I sold mine on that. That was a pretty good item. That's why I was so happy to see this one in this most recent lot, because I'd recently sold a Harley Davidson decal that gave me a little excitement. So there's one there. It sold for $16.50. Here's a pair that sold for $70. There's one for $79.99. 63. Some of them have done auctions, but most of them are doing a buy it now. There's a pair that sold for $199, $100 each. Fantastic. So I'm thinking, gosh, if I can get 40 or 50 bucks out of this thing, I'd be happy. Honestly, it's one item out of the whole lot, and so I don't see the exact ones that have sold here as I scroll through this, but we've got 400 completed items to look through. That's quite a long list. So what we might do, We might just, I've got to choose one of these. What I'm looking at right now is the keywords in the title. So when you decide to list something, whether it's from surplus or something else, you should look at these keywords. So let's compare this a little bit. Here's one that sold. They used Harley Davidson, FLSTF. I'm not a biker. I don't know what that means. Softail, Fat Boy, Satin, Chrome, Gas Tank, Emblems. What key phrases do I think I can use for that, or out of that would be really relevant to my particular listing? Well, I don't know if Fat Boy is relevant, so I'm not going to use Fat Boy in there. I think that I'll definitely do Harley Davidson. I will probably say Chrome because it does appear to be chrome or chrome plated. I'll probably put silver in there, black and red for the colors. I want gas tank and emblem. So those are phrases I want. And then we got this one down here. Genuine, Harley Davidson, fuel, gas tank, emblems, emblem, badges, right and left. So I might use some of those words. Fuel is one that if somebody's searching for fuel tank, then I want to be listed in there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of quick pictures of this. Now, this item, if I just take a picture of the front and a picture of the back, I think that's sufficient for this. It's really just, it's kind of a two-dimensional piece. There's not much more to it than just a front and a back. And so I'll take a couple of pictures. And then I do that just right close to my desk here. I'm using my smartphone to take pictures, and I have it set up with Dropbox, and so my pictures are automatically loaded for me here. So I'm going to just click sell one like this to get this started. We'll use the word genuine, tank, badge. Those are some of the other words that I want to put in there. So we come into my title and I make changes. I don't know what this is. I'm going to take it out. I don't know what Softail is. I don't know what Fat Boy is. If any of you guys think this is important, let me know, and we can put some of those back in there. If you have any suggestions for keywords that ought to be put in there that I'm not thinking of, throw them out. Put them in that question box for me. So Harley Davidson, shiny chrome, gas tank. We could put fuel in front of tank, emblem, badge. And so here I am now. What else do I call it? Right? Well, since I don't have that search in front of me, let's go back here and pull open another search on eBay for the same stuff. See if we can find it. Genuine, that was a word that I need to put in there. We've got 16 characters left, so let's fill it up. Gas tank emblem, all metal, chrome, metallic red. Oh, I forgot my colors. Okay, so got chrome in there. Put metal. We can put, let's see, I probably don't need shiny, but I'll put silver, red. I'm not going to have room for black. I only have 5 characters left. Badge and emblem are coming around a lot, so that's one I think I definitely need to have in there. Fuel and gas tank, those words need to be in there. Okay. So I think I've done pretty good. With this. I wouldn't use the word medallion, I think, for this one. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to leave those 5 characters unused. Maybe I'll go back here to the beginning and just put in 1 so they know it's just one item. All right, UPC NA, N/A meaning not available or not applicable, however you want to read it. Type of item, emblem. Placement, gas tank. Primary color is silver. Brand is Harley, Davidson. Manufacturer part number. I had that number on the back. That might be the number, but I don't know for sure, so I'm just going to say N/A on that. I'm going to remove this warranty thing. I don't need that, and this. All right, and then we're ready for the pictures. Now, remember, I took the pictures with my phone. I've got Dropbox, so they're automatically uploaded to my Dropbox folder for me. So I come in here and look at that. There are my pictures right there. So we just highlight all of them, press enter, and boom, there we are. I will crop this out just a little bit and cut out a little bit of that background just using eBay's tools. I will lighten it up so that we can bring the white out from the background, bring up our contrast, and look at that, the background just disappears. Okay, so now we've got a nice view of my item. I just have some nice white paper that I take pictures on, and the paper is actually fairly dirty. I've put a lot of dirty things on it, and so it's not like it's anything special. We're going to pull that out as our primary picture. This other one looks quite similar. I'll go ahead and put it in there so we have two from the front view, and so we'll crop that and apply. We'll increase the brightness and contrast. Try and eliminate that background, get all the yellow out of there. So we just have a nice crisp view of our item. We'll show the back of the item. So they see everything I see. Okay. Now, one thing I didn't think about when I was taking my pictures is doing a close-up of the item where they can see. Pull that all the way over and get rid of that yellowing in there. Where they can see the little scuff marks. They're very difficult to see. In this light, it looks like I've got a little bit of a scratch on it as well. And so that's something that I will want to indicate there. So I'll probably take another picture of this and try to get that to stand out. So I want to show all flaws with the product. I want to make sure that they can see very clearly exactly what they're getting. So when they get it, if they see these flaws, it's not a surprise to them. Okay. So I really can't see the scuffs on this. I don't think they'll come out in a photo, but I think I can get close-up of that little scratch that we have there. So we'll go ahead and put that on there. So if these are worth $40 a piece, that scratch is going to bring down the value a little bit. And so that's something that I'm going to note there, and I'll probably put this up and just ask. Well, I'll probably start it at 37 and be willing to accept as low as, I don't know, say $25. So there we go with the scratched item. Oh, can't really see that very well. I'm going to take a better picture. So we'll go back to my paper here, and I want to make sure that I've got a nice clear image that shows the blemish. I don't want anybody being able to come back and say, hey, this is damaged and you didn't tell me that it was damaged. If you're very upfront, then there's no concerns about that. So we'll try that again. And then I delete these photos right away. I'll come into my folders here while we're waiting for that one to upload. And there it shows up. And I'll come in and just delete anything that I don't, that I've uploaded to eBay, because there's no need for me to keep it on there anymore. Okay. All right, and then that's going to be the one that we want. So we'll add photo right there. And yeah, that shows that pretty good. I'm happy with that. So again, I'm going to crop it. I'm going to come down here, crop that. We're going to increase the lighting a bit, increase the contrast. We have to be careful about this because I do not want to increase it so much that we can't see that scratch. So I'm going to play with it a little bit. And we're just going to say, all right, that's it right there. Okay. And then we upload. Now, for my eBay details, I just copy my template that I have saved and bring that over here and paste it in so I have a nice professional looking detailed section. Now, normally this will go pretty fast because I'm not talking and explaining the process. I'm just doing these steps. And so it'll, would have only taken a few minutes. My price, I'm going to go ahead and put it at $37. We'll leave this best offer, and I'll accept as low as $25. We'll see what happens. And if it doesn't sell in a few weeks, then change my quantity to 1, make sure that doesn't default too high. If it doesn't sell, no big deal. I will, I'll come in and lower the price a little bit, okay? So one item out of that lot is potentially enough for me to make all of my money back from everything I bought that day. I'm going to ship it in a small box, but I do want to put this one in a box and not just a padded envelope like I do with a lot of stuff. So we're probably looking at somewhere between 7 to 9 ounces on that. Return policy, I always put returns accepted, and then I just have my terms set up to explain what my return policy is, which basically says, hey, if we make a mistake and we sell you if you purchased a blue widget and we incorrectly sent a red thingamajig, contact us and we'll fix it. But if it's anything else, if it's not our mistake and you got buyer's remorse or whatever and you change your mind, you're going to have to pay for it. Okay. So there's my listing all ready to go. We'll go ahead and submit that one. Now, I had a couple other items that were from this same lot that I'm going to show you real quick that I have saved. And then we'll look at some of these other things. So, and then while we're doing this, let's, let's just do a little bit of a tally here so that we have an idea of what our profit is. So profit potential item, Harley Davidson. We're looking at 15 to 20 bucks. We'll put it at we'll say $20 profit. Okay. And then if we total some of these up to see our total sum as we add that up. All right, and then the other one, let's go in and we'll go to my sell on eBay and find some other things that I had found. So here's one that I found earlier as I was looking at some of this, and I'll take a picture of it so you can see what the item is. But on the bottom of these things, I've got 12 of them. Just in the bottom of one of my boxes. I'm going to have to do this on a black background because it's all white. So we'll take it over here and put it on the leather couch and take a picture of that. I'm going to take a picture of the back because that's the part that has the logo on it. And I took a picture of it sideways as well, or slightly from the side. Okay. So this is called a chill puck. It's used to keep beverage cans cold, and so you freeze it, and it acts like a reusable ice cube, essentially. And then you set your can on it. Now the sellers of these actually have, and let's go see. Show it to you here on their site. They also come with a band here that holds it onto the can. Now mine don't have that band, So I'm just going to be advertising it without the band, but they sell a 6-pack of these items for $14, a single one with the Cowboys bundle, whatever, with their logos and stuff on there for $10. So I have seen these on eBay, people trying to sell them anywhere from $6 to $19 for just one with the bands. What I'm going to do is sell it as 2 instead of 1. Change that title. 2 original chill puck can cooler koozie ice pack white puck no band. All right, so that's our title. I've got a note in here. The condition is new other, which I should have done on that Harley Davidson thing, and I'm not sure I did. So I'll have to go back and check that here in just a moment. My images I can load up, and I used a black background on this instead of a white background so that the white item will stand out more. And so we'll go ahead and just quickly upload our images. And so I'm selling 2 at a time. I have a dozen of these, and so I'm just selling them as 6 lots of 2. And again, this came out of the bottom of one box where I paid $6 or $7 for the box. Same thing with that Harley Davidson thing. So again, if I sell that for $20 in profit, that right there more than paid for the box. All right, I'm doubling my money already just on one item. So that's why I like surplus. All right, we'll get that image there. We'll come in and crop this one. Now we don't want to use the company's copyrighted images on something like this. Sometimes that's okay to do. This being such a specialty product, I'm not going to chance that because there's a good chance they won't like that and they'll tell eBay to take down my listing. So I'm just going to take my own pictures of the actual item, and then there shouldn't be any problem with it. So we crop those down real nice so that the puck stands out nice and white against a black background. Okay, and I think I'll go ahead and leave that one as the. I don't know. I kind of like this wider one. We'll put that as our primary. And there we go. So for my pricing on this, you can see I've got the same format here with my description area. Use the same template. So I've got it $7 for 2 of them, and I've got 6 lots. And I'll accept as little as $5.50 on that. Okay. I do my listings good till canceled because these are items that I have, and until they're sold, I'm going to just hold on to them. Either that or I come in and decide to cancel it and get rid of it. So it either sells or I cancel it. Otherwise, it stays up there all the time. So there we have, all right, so 6 lots times $5 potential profit that we're looking at there. So let's shoot a little low and say $25. So out of that $40, 2 of the items are paying for the entire lot, all of the boxes. Okay. Everything else is good there. Might be 4 ounces with 2 of them, and good to go. So we'll continue with that. Now, while that's loading, I'm going to come over here, and we're going to look up one of these other items. Let's see how much we can make with the other things. I like the golf club heads, but I'm really intrigued by these little harnesses that I have here. So we're going to find out maybe what they are and then what they're worth. And so we'll start doing some research with those. So Isolator Fitness. And I'm just going to put the brand in there. 350 listings for Isolator Fitness. It's got a patent on it, so I could look up the patent if I need to. I do have a tag here, right forearm. So this is something for a forearm brace or something like that. right bicep and right forearm. And so let's just type that in there. Forearm. And see if we can find arm blaster body build, bicep bomber, tricep bar. So I'm not seeing the exact item. So the next thing I'm going to do then is come over here to Google, and I'm going to do a search for isolator fitness, right forearm, right bicep. Did you mean this? Okay, sure. Bicep and forearms. All right. And what do we have here? Doesn't give us, what I'm looking for is to find a page that actually talks about what the item is. Now, if I do a search, there we go, right there. That's the item right there. So if we come in and visit page, the isolator, $225, lets you work the muscles of your shoulders, back, and chest without gripping a bar or handle. No hands workout, isolator, numerous exercises, straining the shoulder. All right, Velcro strap goes around each upper arm and another around each forearm. Both straps attached to a band, which can be attached to any able cable station. That's pretty cool. So retails for $225, and I think I have a whole set. If we look, yes, left bicep and left forearm. So this is one of those treasures, guys. This is kind of cool. So this is the isolator is the name of the product, apparently. If we come into one of these other pages, they might have more detail. Isolated fitness for amputees. Fitness technology that does not require gripping. All right. So that's very cool. Can I shop for the item and see what they actually have it listed as? I'm going to do a search for it. It might be the cuff edition. So anyway, we've got to find it. That's it right there. So that's our product. So we go and check it out. Pro Force series. Now this whole thing has some other parts, and guess what? I have those other parts in my box. Now I know what they're for. So we've got that. So I've got to go and look for those other pieces so that I can find those. And then if we can enlarge that somehow, we're not going to be able to get a larger picture of that. But let's just do this. There, I've got a SKU that I can put on eBay. $139 is what they're selling it for here. What size do I have? Size F, right there. Doesn't seem to change the price. So what I might do is just copy this right here. Isolator Pro Force, see if we have it. Yes, there we are, $100 that they're asking for it. Let's see if we have any that have completed. Isolator Pro Force Series E, store display model, $64.95. I can handle that. And so I'm going to list mine up there for a similar price to get started. So this one, I'm not going to take the time to go through it all. I'm going to come in, put my price, $64.97. I like to get those sevens in there. Read or heard from a presenter once that having a 7 in your price helps it sell. So I do that a lot. I'd be willing to accept as little as 45, honestly, if somebody wants to buy this. I can stuff this whole thing in a flat rate box. It won't, or a padded envelope. It won't cost me any more than $5 or $6 to ship it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do the easy stuff on this, and then we'll move on and look at some of the other things. We're going to complete that listing. All right, and we'll save that for later. And that'll take me back to my drafts that I had, and let's see what else. Here's another one that I had from one of my lots, this same series of lots. These are little shotgun-shaped shells for airsoft guns. They have 30 rounds in them, and I saw these listed out there and decided I'd sell mine, 2 of them, for $5.57. Now it's going to cost me $2 to ship it, so I'm only making a couple dollars on this. But again, it was 2 tiny little items in a large box that of surplus that I paid $6 for. Okay. So we'll come back to that later. Let's update this. So we've got a potential for maybe around $45 to $50. Realistically, I think we could probably get $50 for that isolator. I believe this was the chill pucks. And then we've got the shotgun shells. Airsoft rounds. We're up to $97 with 4 items. Okay, pretty cool. That's exciting. I like that. And these are things that will very likely sell and probably sell fairly quickly too. It probably won't take a long time from what I'm seeing for most of these things to sell. I've got the giant bike case here that I'm looking at is another item that we can go up there and test. Bag, I think is what it is. Right there, cycling gear, bike seat bag. And that looks very much like the one that I have right there. $3.99 is what they're asking. Mine's kind of dirty, so I wouldn't expect it to go for much more. Let's put in seat bag, 126 completed listings, 22, 10, 19, 7, 10, 14, 125 plus shipping. I'm not seeing the exact one, but these are all fairly similar products to what I have here. So I think I would go ahead and try to sell this for $8 or $9. It's not that dirty. I'm not too concerned about it. And if people can sell some of these, in fact, what I can do is come up here and look only at the used items. There's only 2 that have completed that are used. 1 used item sold for $12.98, 1 for $9.99. This one had shipping on it in addition. How much shipping? $4. So $14 for that one, $13 for this one. Mine's a little smaller, a little different, but actually that looks very similar to what I've got right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up there for $9.97. And I would be happy to accept $7. That's still going to allow me to make approximately $5. I usually put a 0.1 here, 7.10 on these, because then it gives if somebody comes in and bids 7 or 701, it tells them it's not going to accept it, so they'll have to bid higher. So they might go up as high as 8. If they go to 750, great. But if they go to 8, I made just a little bit more. And so that, let's see. So let's go back here to, no, it's over here. Where am I? Too many browsers. So there's another $5 for the bike bag. So there I am, over $100. Now, realistically, this isolator might make more than that. The Harley Davidson mic, these are low estimates, but 5 items, I'm already over $100, and I've probably got 30 or 40 items in this box, and plus a couple of other boxes. So fun stuff. You can make a lot of money with surplus. I hope this shows you that. I hope you appreciate the details here. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to stick around for any questions you might have. So please go ahead and type them in if you do. All right, so we do have a question in here from Annette. So I'll read that to everybody. Annette asks, where did you get the surplus items? Were they mixed box of goods? Yes, the goods that I purchase are from a warehouse, surplus warehouse up in Salt Lake. Now, I do have a webinar that talks about places where you might be able to find such surplus resources yourself. And so you might check some of my other webinars, see if you can find in the Creative eBay the one that talks about finding surplus resources. I will jump in here real quick and show you the one that I use, if I can remember my username and password here. All right, so this is the one that I use. It's called NPS, the NPS Store. They're up in Salt Lake. Huge building. I mean, they're just ginormous. In fact, they've got 3 or 4 warehouses up there, and this is all of the bids that they or the auctions that they have going on right now. The one that I got this lot from was, I believe, this one right here. So here are my lots. So you can see a little bit about what I did, what I won here. So I paid $6, $6, $5, $6, $5, $6, and $5. So nothing over $6 for these lots. Okay, and you can see, here's a box of just general goods. I gave these weights away because I don't need those, and that's not something I can ship on eBay. The basketball I threw away in the garbage because it's flat, not holding. There's some more weights that I gave away. Here's a swing for an outdoor swing. It's brand new, just needs the chain on it, and that one will sell. This one I bought for these weights that go on a canopy, a shade canopy, because we have one that doesn't have weights, so we're going to use those weights ourselves. Here's another box. So this, I mean, it looks like just boxes of junk. There's the bike bag right there. But so often I find really good stuff in these boxes. Another basketball that I threw away. There's some fishing poles in there. One of them looks like a very nice vintage or antique fishing pole in a bag with a steel pipe or aluminum pipe to protect it. and then this one, and then here's one that I lost out on because I wasn't paying very close attention. You can see in the image that I didn't pay attention to right there that it is cracked. This is a tail light, and I saw a Mercedes-Benz tail light and thought, oh, I can make some money out of that. Well, it's cracked. I'm not going to be able to sell the entire light. However, I might be able to sell the bulbs alone and possibly make my $6 back, just the Mercedes-Benz light bulbs. So I'm going to pull those out and see if they're good and sell those alone. So that's the stuff that I got. It was 7 boxes or 6 boxes and the light that were condensed into 3 boxes for me to bring home from the buddy of mine who picked them up. This place is in Salt Lake. And I'll just do a real quick map search here and show you from an aerial view what this looks like. If I can get to, yeah, there we are, Google Earth to show up. All right, and so they have this location here in downtown Salt Lake, and then they have another one over by the airport. This is a huge, I mean, look at the size of these cars down here. These are semi-truck trailers right there. That's a semi-truck trailer. All of these lined up, semi-trucks. This right here is their the warehouse where they sell industrial goods and related items. And then from a little bit right here in metals and stuff, and then all of this back here, this huge place here is all of their storage and stuff, and then their auction house is right in here where they put up 1,200 to 1,500 lots per week that they go through. Huge stuff. And then over on the other side, they have a big grocery and mercantile goods. They've got collectibles in here. They've got looks like their corporate offices might be in here somewhere. But all this building is NPS. A large portion of this right here is also NPS Store, and they've got other discounted goods that they do there. So huge operation. If you can find anything like that in your area, network a little bit. Go look at Facebook for groups and stuff, and see if you can find somebody. That might be a lesson that I'll do coming up here. But and then you can search for surplus in your area and probably find some too. So I'm going to go ahead and end this long webinar here. I apologize it went so long. I enjoy this stuff. This is fun for me. When I can spend $39 and have $400 or $500 worth of stuff out of it, that's really cool. I enjoy that. And a lot of this stuff does sell pretty fast. Some of it will sit on the shelf for a little while, but a lot of it will sell pretty fast. So thank you all for joining the webinar tonight.